In this archival photograph from the Indochina War, Thai soldiers march into a conflict defined by sheer chaos and brutal casualty rates. Yet specific Thai combat units emerged from heavy artillery fire, with survival records that defied the odds. The soldiers themselves attributed this to Grapan, an ancient, deeply held battlefield reality of physical invincibility. Among the various talismans carried by these men, those produced at Wat Tanot Luang began appearing frequently in accounts of these survivals, bringing the name of Luang Thong Sukh to the attention of the front lines. The lethal reality of modern combat provided the ultimate test for ancient spiritual magic. The artillery fire of the 1940s tested these amulets in real time, establishing Luang Thong Sukh's reputation as a master of protection. Look at the disciplined environment of these seated monks. Luang Thong Sukh grew up in a tough, local village and entered the monkhood here specifically to master the esoteric sciences. He didn't stay inside the temple walls. He trekked deep into the wilderness to track down 3 master practitioners, Luang Nuam, Luang Ploy, and Luang Rit. From each master, he extracted a specific mechanism of magic. He learned the precise geometry of sacred inscriptions, ancient spoken incantations, and the physical metallurgy of crafting talismans. True spiritual power doesn't just happen spontaneously. Thong Sukh isolated these distinct lineages, tested them in deep meditation, and synthesized them into a single cohesive discipline. The culmination of his forest training resulted in his most famous creation, the Takrut Pok Krang Putsa. The inner core is a rolled sheet of copper, brass, or lead, inscribed with sacred geometry. This is armored with Krang resin, harvested exclusively from eastern-pointing wild jujube branches. He boiled this resin with 5 sacred powders, wrapping it tightly around the metal. For every 50 standard amulets he produced, he crafted only 1 elongated Takrut tone for his closest disciples. The leftover resin wasn't wasted. He rolled it into dense spheres known as Luke Ohm. By combining precise metallurgy with highly specific organic materials, he created a physical piece of spiritual armor. This method mirrors another giant of esoteric science, Luang Pu Iam. Despite different eras and materials, resin in the south, black lacquer in the north, both masters relied on the identical structural formula, a sacred metal core protected by a natural binder. But this structural formula is fragile. Without teaching a disciple the precise boiling temperatures and inscription patterns, the entire lineage can be lost. To secure the survival of his methods, Luang Thong Sukh trained a chosen successor, Luang Phao. Phao took on the task of inheriting the exact resin boiling and inscription techniques used by his teacher. The persistence of this magic through the 20th century relied entirely on this exacting, step-by-step transmission from teacher to student. Today, authenticating these handmade objects in a complex collector market is a difficult process. No 2 pieces share the exact same shape or size. Because shapes vary, collectors focus on metallic surfaces and organic textures to find physical markers of age. Over 70 years, the metal core reacts to decades of moisture, developing a distinct reddish-orange rust, while the organic resins shrink and shift to a dark purple. There is also the matter of density. The specific mixture of resin and botanical powders carries a heavy weight in the hand that is difficult to replicate with modern plastics or resins. In the absence of documented provenance, this microscopic breakdown of materials provides a consistent physical record that allows collectors to verify the artifact's era. Analysis can confirm the physical age of the metal and the resin, but it cannot measure the spiritual intention forged inside them. Look at the embossed face of Luang Thong Sukh. He taught that his creations only served their purpose when paired with the wearer's commitment to moral goodness and gratitude. Ultimately, these artifacts are a physical intersection of history and personal belief, maintained through a lineage that prizes both spiritual discipline and technical preservation.